I'd completely forgotten about the fear of going down the drain, and when I started watching the Rugrats episode Down the Drain, it just all came flooding back to me. This fear of being a very, very young child and worrying I'd go down the plug hole. It's actually a thing. This is the first segment of the 19th episode of the second season of Rugrats, and Tommy is having a bath and he pulls out the plug and his little army man goes down the plug hole because, of course, it's smaller than the plug hole. And that noise there was my cat yawning. I apologise if she makes any more noise during this video. She is in the room with me. And he sees this little army man going down the plug hole, and this fear is just born in him that he might go down there too. And then Didi takes him over to Chaz's house, Chuckie's father, because she's busy, and while there, Tommy tells Chuckie about this fear, and what's really interesting is that Chuckie isn't scared of that. He was, but the reason Chuckie is no longer scared is that he has this record that sings this really addictive song about how you shouldn't be scared because you can't go down the plug hole. It's actually a pretty great song. But Angelica is there, and she tells Chuckie and Tommy that that song is rubbish, that of course you can get sucked down the plug hole. So they both decide the best thing to do is to plug the plug hole. And they use various different things, which I'll talk about in a moment with a spoiler warning, to make sure that it's impossible to go down it. And that's with disastrous consequences for Chaz's plumbing. I have to say it's a pretty good episode. It's quite nice to spend time in Chuckie's house for a change. Just a nice change of scenery. Spending time with his father is quite nice as well. It was a nice kind of different environment. I don't exactly know why Angelica was there. I don't really know if she really should have been, but the episode might... Well, actually, the episode would have worked without her because they could have just removed that song and the fear could have been there, but I didn't mind her being in this, and what happened with Cynthia I thought was fantastic. Disgusting, but fantastic. So, spoilers, I'll discuss the few things they did to try and stop this, to plug up the drain. So spoilers from now, the two main things they did were using Play-Doh, which is clearly off-brand Play-Doh, which rather amused me, and sand. And just Chaz's face when he walked into the bathroom and saw all the sand. That was a lot of sand. Pretty sure that's the entire sandpit's worth of sand. But it was, it was an impressive effort, I have to say. But I liked the episode, even though, as I said, it kind of reminded me of that fear of going down the plug hole. I don't think I was ever terrified of it, but I think I was scared of, like, my toe going down there and getting stuck, which I guess isn't really possible, at least in the UK. Our plug holes have, like, a grated design, like a crisscrossy design. It's hard to describe, but yeah, the fear was real, and this reminded me of that. But aside from that, I really liked it. I thought Down the Drain was a good narrative, nice change of location, some decent efforts from the babies to try and sort things out. And ultimately, I thought it was a pretty decent episode indeed.